The Battle of Belchite refers to a series of military operations that took place between the 24th of August and the 7th of September 1937, in and around the small town of Belchite, in Aragon during the Spanish Civil War. Prelude. After failed attempts to capture Brunetta, the Republican military leadership decided to try a new series of offensives to slow down the nationalist advance in the north. A new campaign, therefore, was planned for Aragon. The decision was based on political as well as military considerations, as the government saw it as a way to decrease anarchist and workers' party of Marxist unification influence in the region by bringing in communist troops and incorporating 3 anarchist divisions into the newly designated Army of the East under command of General Sebastian Pozas. Another objective of the planned offensive was to take Zaragoza, the capital of Aragon, which was only a few kilometers behind enemy lines. Capturing the regional capital offered more than symbolic significance, because it was also the communication center of the whole Aragon front. The first year of the war in this part of Spain had emphasized that the possession of key towns was of far greater importance than the control of wide areas of open countryside. The nationalists had only 3 divisions, the 51st, 52nd and 105th, spread across the 300 kilometers of front, with the majority of their troops concentrated in towns. General Pozas and his chief of staff Antonio Cordon set up their headquarters in Bujarralos. Their plan was to break through at 7 different points on the central, 100-kilometer stretch between Zuaira and Belchite. The object of splitting their attacking forces was to divide any nationalist counter-attack and to offer fewer targets for bombing and strafing than at Brunetta. Republican offensive. The Republican Army of the East, together with the Xi'an 15 International Brigades, started its offensive with 80,000 men, 3 aviation squadrons with Polikarpov I-16, Polikarpov I-15 and 105 T-26 tanks in 3 main and 5 secondary directions on a 100-kilometer stretch between Zuaira and Belchite. On the first 2 fronts, the Republicans managed to take only vacant territories. On the southern portion of the front, the Republican army took the village of Mediana immediately and Quinto was taken on the 4th day of the offensive. In the village of Codo, there were 3 Requete companies that tied down 2 Republican brigades. The fiercest resistance was encountered in Belchite, where 7,000 nationalist defenders resisted until the 7th of September in the surrounded town when Republicans took it. These delays allowed the nationalists to bring up reinforcements and the full-scale offensive on Zaragoza failed. Nationalist counter-offensive, with 5 nationalist divisions whereof 2 were withdrawn from the Madrid front, artillery and 65 Fiat CR, 32, Heinkel He-46. Savoir Edm 49 and Messerschmitt Bf 109. Nationalist counter-offensive started on the 30th of August and ended on the 6th of September. The only major nationalist success was the shooting down of 5 I-15s, but they were unable to break Republican lines. Aftermath. Although the Republicans gained some initial success and managed to push the front line 10 kilometers deeper into nationalist territory, both of the main objectives of the offensive failed. The nationalists did not postpone their big offensive in the north, as they had done before the Battle of Brunetta, and the attempt to capture Zaragoza failed. Ruins as national monument. The whole town was destroyed. Franco ordered that the ruins be left untouched as a living monument of war. A new town was constructed near the former. The holes and caves in Lobo Hill south of Belchite, from where the Spanish Republican artillery positions fired towards what is now Belchite Old Town, have been preserved and are open to visitors.